Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, consider hitting that red subscribe button so that you can be a part of this channel and yeah, we can be best friends. So since it's September and it's the season for back to school, I thought I would make a video about saving money when you're in college. I know you guys probably want to do fun and exciting things while you're in college, like go on a fun spring break trip with your friends, but that is really hard to do when you have a bunch of student loans and when you're a broke college student. So we're gonna be talking about how you can save money in college. I just recently graduated and while I was in university, I was able to go on a Europe trip and I'm just so glad that I was able to save money while I was in university. So I want to just share some of my tricks with you guys and help you save a little bit of money. So I remember every new semester that I would start in university, there were always those eager beavers that would run right to the bookstore to get their books before classes even start. But one of my main tips for saving money in university is to always wait to buy your books until you've had like a week of classes. This way I saved so much money because sometimes there's books that you don't even actually really need for a course and you can save yourself hundreds of dollars. So usually when I would go to a lecture and the prof would say, okay, so I really want you to buy this book, but we're only gonna be reading 2 or 3 chapters out of this book this whole semester, I would be like, no, negative. I am not paying like $200 for a book that we're only reading 2 chapters out of. So usually what I would do is try and find somebody who did have the book so that I could just like photocopy the chapter or just go online, look on Google, see if there's like a cheaper version of the textbook that you can order. Sometimes you can even rent them online so you can read the textbook just on your computer and it'll be like half price because it's just the online version, not like a hard copy of a book. So yeah, great way to save money on your textbooks. For your first year when you go to college and university, I know it's really important to stay in a dorm, or I think so anyways, because it's a great way to really get used to the campus and make some friends since you're all kind of like packed into one area and you can meet like roommates and stuff like that. So that's really great. But after your first year, I really recommend living off campus. So renting your own apartment or section of a house or something and living with roommates. So this really cuts down on your rent because you can split all of the costs. And also when you're living in a dorm, most of the time you have to pay for like a mandatory food plan. This costs like a couple $1,000s when food is so much cheaper than this. So that's why renting an apartment after your first year is really great because you can save money on rent and also on food because you don't have to have that food plan. Honestly, when I was in university, the dollar store was my best friend. Okay, seriously, like the dollar store is still my best friend because I love going to the dollar store. There's so many good deals. No, but for real, the dollar store has so many great deals when you're a college student. I would always go there if I needed cleaning supplies or different just like kitchenware items. This is great for when you're just starting out like in a new dorm room or a new apartment and you need to furnish everything. I went to the dollar store and bought so much of my kitchen stuff, and it's also really great for like organizational items. So I would go and get different bins and like storage containers. This is great because it's the dollar store, so everything's super cheap. Just way better to get your stuff at the dollar store rather than somewhere else where you're gonna spend a lot more money. Partying and going out with your friends is a really big thing in college and university, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this, but maybe just cut down a little bit because it will save you a lot of money. So it can really add up when you're buying alcohol and you're paying cover to go into bars and clubs, and you're also paying for cabs to and from your apartment or your dorm. So my suggestion is to have a movie night in with your friends, maybe order some pizza or have a little potluck or something like that, because it's really gonna cut down on your costs when you're not going out all the time. Another thing I wanted to share with you guys, since we're talking about saving money in college and university, is how important I think it is to get a part-time job while you're in school if you can. So I always had a part-time job and I found it easy to manage. If you don't, that's totally okay. You can just keep going to school and get a loan. But I found that getting a part-time job made it so much easier to pay back my loans and not feel like I had so much loans that I needed to use. So I know in the moment it might not seem like a big deal to spend like a couple $100s here and there when you have a bank account full of loans. But seriously, time goes by so fast when you're in college and university, and all of a sudden 4 years have gone by and you're out into the real world and you're like, well, I have to pay back that like $5,000 that I got in loans, and it really sucks. So that's kind of what I'm going through right now, but I definitely don't have as many loans as I would have had I not had a part-time job when I was in university. So when you find yourself needing some new clothes in university, or you just get that really big shopping urge, I suggest that you check out a thrift store and go thrift shopping, because this is way cheaper than going to the mall. And honestly, right now, thrift shopping is actually super trendy. Like, I see so many people on YouTube making videos like, come thrift shopping with me, and it's super cool. But back when I was in high school, it was like not cool to go thrift shopping, so everybody was always going to the mall. But it's great for your wallets now that thrift shopping is actually cool. And the very last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys for saving money in college and university is to take advantage of student discounts. So there is so many places that you can go. If you just show your student card, you can get like 15 to 20% off. This is so great. I always had an SPC card when I was in university. I don't know if this is a Canadian thing or if it's a thing in the US as well, but basically it's like you get a student card and you can show it at so many different places to get a discount. I used to always use it at Forever 21, and I think you get like 30% off of every purchase that you buy at Forever 21. So that was awesome. And yeah, there's so many places that will give discounts to students. So after you're done watching this video, just go and look up some places on Google and it'll save you some extra money. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some ideas of how you can save money if you're a college or university student. If you liked it, please do not forget to hit the red subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to keep up with some more of my life. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!